Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predictions for Manchester United's game against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final at Wembley. So I'm going to go for a Manchester United win, and the score I'm going to go for 2-0. The goals for Man United, I'm going to go with Jadon Sancho and Anthony. So that is your predictions. On another video, I will be giving you my predicted 11 for this game. This is Newcastle's first Wembley final since 1999. So it's going to mean a lot to Newcastle. Man United played Newcastle in the FA Cup final back in 1999. Newcastle have not won a trophy since the 50s. Newcastle got to the final by beating Southampton in the semi-final. Manchester United got to the final by beating Nottingham Forest in the semi-final. Man United are looking to end their trophy drought. Manchester United have not won a trophy since 2017. Erik ten Hag wants to win a trophy. He's made that clear. Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 2-1 win against Barcelona at Old Trafford in the Europa League round of 32 second leg. It was 4-3 on aggregate. The goals against Barcelona at Old Trafford came from Fred. Anthony came off the bench and scored the winner. You know, he's just come back from injury. Barcelona's goal came from Robert Lewandowski's penalty. De Gea got a hand to it, so he was unlucky not to keep it out. Bruno Fernandes was the one that conceded the penalty. But yeah, Man United are in the last 16 of the Europa League, and Man United will be playing Real Betis. After the game, Ten Hag said, "It's my biggest win at United." Building up to this game against Newcastle, Ten Hag said Newcastle are annoying to play. But he mentioned a while ago that winning against Newcastle will be tough. Erik ten Hag has said that Marcus Rashford is a doubt for the final. Rashford played in the second leg against Barcelona. He scored twice in Man United's 3-0 win against Leicester last weekend. You know, Rashford's got 24 goals in all competitions this season. He scored in the first leg against Barcelona at the Nou Camp. This is definitely his best season as a Manchester United player. We've got Martial still out. You know, he's been hampered with injuries this season. Christian Eriksen's out until April or early May with an ankle injury. And Van der Beek's out until the end of the season, but he won't start anyway because he's a squad player. But Newcastle are enjoying a very good season to their standards. Newcastle are 5th in the Premier League. They've only lost 2 games in the league this season. They did lose their last league game to Liverpool 2-0 at St James's Park. Newcastle seem to have come good since the Saudi Arabians taken over them. Since the Saudi Arabians taken over Newcastle, they've become one of the richest clubs in the world. Before the Saudi Arabians, Newcastle had Mike Ashley, and he ruined the club. He was Newcastle's owner for around 13 years. He got heavily criticised by a lot of Newcastle fans, and Newcastle fans were relieved when Mike Ashley sold the club. And Eddie Howe, he's definitely turned them around. He's done a really good job. Eddie Howe has been the Newcastle manager for over a year. He got appointed in as the Newcastle manager in November 2021. He's under contract with Newcastle long term. It was last year he signed a long-term contract, but when he actually got appointed in, he signed a 2.5-year deal at Eddie Howe, so he was under contract with Newcastle till 2024. Before Newcastle, Eddie Howe managed Bournemouth. He managed Bournemouth for several years. He did well with Bournemouth because he got Bournemouth promoted to the Premier League, if you do remember rightly. And he had a spell at Burnley. Eddie Howe was the one that replaced Steve Bruce. Newcastle did sack Steve Bruce at one point. Newcastle had Rafa Benitez. To be honest with you, I thought they were very good under Rafa Benitez. Rafa Benitez, of course, decided to resign because he wasn't getting backed by the Newcastle board. And Newcastle, have got some good players in their team as well. They've got Kieran Trippier, who's done well. They got him from Atletico Madrid. I expect him to play tomorrow. Sevan Botman, I like him. Didn't they get him from, was it Lille? They got Sean Longstaff, who's a good midfielder. Matty Longstaff's good. He's brothers with Sean Longstaff. At one point, he was out on loan with Aberdeen. Bruno Guimaraes, what an impact he's made. Joseph Willock, he's out with injury at the moment. Paul Dummett, Jamal Lascelles, Javier Manquillo. Matt Targett, Newcastle got him from Aston Villa. He's out with injury at the moment. Joe Linton, he was out of injury. I think he's just come back from injury, so he may play in the final tomorrow. Anthony Gordon, I'm expecting him to play tomorrow. Newcastle got him from Everton. He's made an impact. Alexander Isak, I think he'll play tomorrow. Newcastle got him from Real Sociedad. Miguel Almiron will play tomorrow. He's done really well this season. Jacob Murphy, Elliot Anderson, Callum Wilson. I think he may be involved tomorrow. Newcastle got him from Bournemouth. They've got Ryan Fraser. They also got him from Bournemouth. Matt Ritchie. Emil Kraft, I don't think he'll play tomorrow because he isn't first choice. Karius, I'm expecting him to be in goal for Newcastle tomorrow. Obviously, Nick Pope is not available. He's suspended for what he did in Newcastle's game against Liverpool. Newcastle got Nick Pope from Burnley. They got Martin Dubravka as well. Man United did have him on loan, but, you know, his loan did get terminated. So they're a lot of the players that Newcastle have got. Don't forget Newcastle have lost players because they loaned Chris Wood out to Nottingham Forest. They let John Joe Shelby go. They loaned Carl Darlow out. You know, he was Newcastle's goalkeeper at one point. Well, still is if he's out on loan. I think they got rid of Kieran Clark as well. So there you go. You know, if Newcastle were to finish in the top 4 this season, that would be a remarkable season for them, because if they finish in the top 4, that means they'd get Champions League qualification for next season, they'd get money, and then obviously with that money they can invest. Manchester United drew with Newcastle at Old Trafford in the league earlier on in the season, 0-0. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless.